In my last video, I talked about how I quickly got approved with NACA, and in that video, I said I would do a separate video talking about why I decided to stick with NACA. And so that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Now, let me just say this. I mentioned in the last video, it only took me about a month to get qualified. However, I was prepared for it to take longer, okay? So I was prepared to stick it out. I thought that it would take me a few months because I know that it can be a tedious process and it can be a long process. So I was prepared to stick it out. I was not going anywhere else, okay? And the reason why is because I was looking at the bigger picture, okay? I knew that at the end of it all, I already believe that what is worth having is worth working for. So I knew that what NACA was offering, right? I knew that the fact that I can pay down my interest rate, I said that is worth working for. Now, there are some other lenders that allow you to pay down your interest rate, but usually that's only for a few years, and then the interest rate goes to whatever it is at the time. I did not want that to happen, so I knew that I wanted to wait on that, and I knew that I could go to any other lender and get approved because I work full-time and I have business income, so my income is pretty good and my credit is excellent. I haven't talked about this on this channel at all, but I was in the 800s and my credit dropped because of my utilization. So that's a whole nother thing. And I can do a separate video on that. Your utilization has 30% impact on your credit score. So as you're utilizing your available credit and all of that, of course, it brings your score down, but you can get it right back up as you pay down, as you pay down your credit. But anyway, I knew my credit was excellent. I had been in the 800s, but at the time I was like upper sevens because of the utilization, as I mentioned. And all of that. I had savings and stuff. So I knew I can go to another lender, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that I was truly ready also. That was another thing because I had been renting for a long time. I've never owned a home before. The home that I've been in almost 15 years is a rental. If something happens in this house, I know who I can call. Whereas when I own a home, I know that it's going to fall on me. So I wanted to make sure that I'm ready, and NACA does a pretty good job of making sure you're truly ready by looking at, your reserves, what you have saved. And so, because even though you don't have to have money, you don't have to put money down, you do have to have some money. Okay. So I don't want to make it seem like you're just going to go with terrible credit, no money, and NACA just going to prove they want to see that you're saving money. You have a certain amount of reserves set aside for certain things. And that's another video I'll do later. But anyway, so yeah, I was looking at the big picture. I'm looking at the benefits. To me, it was just a no-brainer. It was just like, listen, I don't care how long this process takes. I'm not going anywhere. I want to be able to buy down my interest rate as low as I can get it. Okay. I want to make sure I'm truly ready like they're doing. I don't want any mortgage insurance. I don't want to pay any closing costs or down payment costs. Whatever I pay as a down payment, what I would have paid as a down payment, I want that to be going towards my interest buy down. So that was just it for me, okay? Let me know down below, for those of you that's in the process and you're sticking to it, let me know your why. Let me know if you can relate, if your why is similar, if it's a completely different reason. And then also let me know where you are in your process. And I'm going to do a separate video with some tips. I mentioned in that last video that I got approved pretty quickly. So I'm going to do a separate video strictly talking about how you can also get approved quickly. Just some tips that you can do to make your process go more smoothly, even if you haven't started the process yet. I'm going to talk about some things you can be doing now. Okay. And make sure you subscribe if you want to see more from me. I will be doing more videos on my process, my journey, and then giving you guys some tips as I learn as well. Thank you for visiting my channel. Be blessed.